Hey folks, Sean Noble from Light Beer Dark Money. I wanted to just remind you about one of our sponsors, Americans for Prosperity Arizona. I want to give you a little bit of background on Americans for Prosperity, why they are such an important organization. They achieve policy reforms at the local level through a process which they've developed, which is pretty basic if you hear it. They provide policy solutions based on proven principles. They organize communities to bring people together. They educate, train, and mobilize concerned citizens to take action. They advocate for the policy reforms, and then they hold the public officials accountable for those policy reforms. It's a very simple process. Go to americansforprosperity.org, learn more about them, and thank them for supporting our show, Light Beer Dark Money. Thanks. Welcome back to another episode of Light Beer Dark Money. I'm Sean Noble.
And I'm Chris Clements.
And the Dodgers are world champs.
World Series champions.
So it's crazy.
We have waited
so long
for this.
Well, and for those who, someone might say, well, they won the World Series in 2020.
That was a COVID year.
COVID year, and it wasn't the Yankees.
It was not the Yankees.
I mean,
that's what we're talking about.
This is the crazy thing. From 1941 to 1981, the Yankees and the Dodgers met 11 times in the World Series. We then had to wait that's a 40-year span. We then had to wait 43 years for that to happen again.
Well, I mean, we said it on the podcast last week that, growing up in the 70s, you thought, if you're a young kid, you thought the Dodgers and the Yankees met in the World Series every year.
That was just it.
Why would the Phillies and the Pirates actually, be in the World Series?
Right. So it's interesting. I was thinking about this. In our lifetime, it was Yankees in 77, Yankees in 78, Dodgers in 81, now Dodgers in 2024. So we're 2 for 2. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, in our lifetime. That is good. And how sweet it was for Freddy Freeman.
Oh, my goodness.
The year that he's had, and I don't know if you've seen the ESPN 360. I mean, I haven't watched the whole thing. But him talking about his relationship with his father and what his son is going through, which is not over. It's going to be a long road.
Right. For
him to have the series that he did. And it seemed like everybody else kind of went cold around him the last several games. I mean, it was really frustrating for looking at a guy like Max Muncy, who all of a sudden he was so strong during the playoffs, and then
Ohtani was cold.
Ohtani in that first game, kind of was the first game or second game, injured his shoulder, and then his swing was just kind of at a lull.
Yeah, I mean it was classic because if you look at, Freeman obviously was the biggest component, but if you look at all of the team, I mean everybody contributed. I mean, you had Tommy Edman.
Edman. So we have some family who I love from Arkansas who I'll see next week, and they're all Cardinals fans. And Tommy Edman is the bane of their existence. So shout out to the Walker family, because when he had that great series against the Mets, they were like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
Yeah. Well, and then he hit a home run in Game 2.
Yep.
Which I was at.
You were at Game 2. You saw a lot of home runs.
You saw the grand slam.
I am wearing exactly what I wore to Game 1, which I attended with my daughter Grace.
Game 2.
And someone said to me, and I posted this, that we have been doing this a long time. We've been to a lot of Dodger games. I've been to a lot of baseball games over my lifespan, and have never witnessed a game like that.
No,
I've never ever been to a game like that, and it was such a blessing. I can't put it in any other terms. It was such a blessing to do that and to be with my daughter and to see that. We had people around us leaving. Time to beat the traffic at 8 o'clock, I guess.
My gosh,
the people next to us were from here. They were from Glendale or something like that, and they left.
Fools.
And we were kind of anxious to meet. We had a game
you
down
had to go
south,
to USC game, right?
and but we weren't going to leave in the 10th inning. But what I was telling Grace, when it's 2 outs and Freddie's up, and I'm like, all right, if he strikes out or they get him out, we gotta get out of here. He hit that home run. We stayed for another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But we did walk in. We did a quick wardrobe change in the parking lot of the Coliseum and walked in for halftime.
There you go.
It was, and that is why, if you can hear it in my voice, I have a really bad chest cold, and it's because of that night. I've had it all week because of that night.
I mean, that's what I was going to say is that, we did our podcast last week, and the series started Friday, and it's done. We won.
And then you're like, I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah.
You texted me during the game. I'm leaving. I'm going tomorrow by myself.
I realized that it was my only chance with the schedule I've got. It was the only chance to do it was to fly over on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And then shoot back Sunday morning.
Yeah. How lucky. I mean, you were to see that game.
Gosh.
That was a great game, too.
Great game. I mean, it was a great series. I mean,
not if you're a Yankees fan.
Well, no, but
if you're a Yankees fan, and
baseball.
I've watched some stuff on Instagram, a couple of fans. I mean, there are F-bombs flying.
They're not happy with Judge. They're not happy with Rizzo. They're not happy with Garrett Cole not covering first. I mean, that was
bizarre.
It was some crazy stuff.
That was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. And one of the most bizarre things I've seen in baseball. Like, what happened there?
Yeah.
So third wasn't covered, and I don't know what happened.
But to the Dodgers' credit, they took advantage of every little. They did all the little things to create the big things.
Yes.
And I think that was evident throughout all of the postseason. Much more so than the last two postseasons. We got.
Oh, we've been there plenty of times and have totally
just
imploded.
Choked. Yeah.
And also to do it really with only 3 healthy pitchers.
Yeah.
Is pretty amazing.
I mean, how cool was it that Walker Bueller, on one day's rest, has pitched 76 pitches in the previous game, comes in and closes it out, saves the game.
Well,
I
guess he told Doc that he texted Doc earlier that day. I was watching kind of the recap, and he said, "I'm ready. I'm ready to go if you need me." And Doc's like,
If things get wonky.
And sure enough, he went into the bullpen, started warming up, and basically said, "I'm ready." And he went in there, and you know what his nickname is, Walker effing Bueller. And his reaction after that last out. Did you notice there was kind of a pause? Like all of a sudden, like time stood still, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, it just happened!"
It just happened.
And in Yankee Stadium, and they start playing in New York. I loved it. I loved it.
Well, congratulations to our Dodgers.
It's
gonna be.
It was tremendous. Our whole family went nuts.
Yeah, it's been a long wait. 43 years for the Dodgers and the Yankees to be back at it, and boy, what a great thing to see.
Yeah.
But we just want to do a quick episode recapping that we're happy about the World Championship.
Oh,
and we hope it's not another 43 years before it happens.
No, I think there's a good chance you'll see them again next year.
Both.
I think there is. I think there is. I mean, Dodgers are built for the World Series now. They've got to improve their pitching. Ohtani's going to be pitching next year. I think they need some reserves, but I mean, if they can keep that team together, and maybe add a couple other pieces, they can make another run. And the Yankees, they've got to fix some fundamentals, but they're a tremendous team.
They're a great team.
They're a tremendous team. If you look at the record, and both teams have very similar records. Both teams have very similar past. They're a tremendous team. Nothing but respect for the Yankees, except for one Yankee, and that's Derek Jeter, who looked like he was about to hit somebody. I think he was about to hit Big Pappy during the Fox after show because
Big Pappy was loving it.
Because Pappy was like just putting the knife in.
Yeah.
It was great to see that. He'd been putting the knife in the whole
series
time. I don't know how they get like Fox gets away with having 2 former Yankees on their broadcast.
Whatever.
And a Red
It's fine. I don't care.
It's all good.
We won. That's all I
did.
care about. All right. Thanks, everybody.
God bless.
Take care.